So I have my girlfriend tracking me right now, so don't mind that. My wife gets mad about this. So I've had a rough kind of week. I work for the government, so I'm used to getting fucked 8 ways to Sunday every day. It's fun. Janelle mentioned something about military, and yes, you can't join the military overweight. I'll tell you, when I joined the Navy, I weighed 204 at 6'1". I'm sitting in a doctor's office in nothing but my boxers. And he wanted to tell me that I was 5 pounds overweight. And I laughed at him and I said, "I've seen your fat fucking sailors." And he stared at me and said, "Welcome aboard." So that lasted a whole month. And I got hurt, fractured my back, sent home. Didn't really care too much about it. And then I go and work for the government for another 24 years now. And I have learned that I hate stupid people. And it's dwelled from a lot of childhood trauma and a lot of really idiotic things that I've had to learn growing up and interacting with people. And I once had a parent tell me that I was doing something stupid. I have no idea what it was. Thankfully, I don't remember much of my childhood, which is a good thing and bad thing. But this gentleman once told me that I was lost like a bastard on Father's Day. And the sad thing is I have no idea what the fuck I was doing. But apparently it stuck, because that whole saying stuck in my head for a long time. And I think some of it stemmed from my ex-stepfather, who stereotypes are fun, by the way. And if you're Polish, I'm not going to apologize, but he was 100% Polish, and he did a lot of stupid shit. And I can't make these things up, by the way. These are real stories. At one point, he wanted to teach me how to be working on cars. He was an electrician in the Navy, no less, so I grew up around the Navy my whole life. And he wanted to keep me feeling important. And he was telling me, I need you to help me work on the car. And he gave me a 2x4. And he was trying to test something with the electrical system. And he wanted me to feel important. And I didn't want to do that shit. I want to go play basketball. 100 pounds ago, I used to be an athlete. Now I'm built like the Pillsbury Doughboy, rest his soul. And my hair got stretch marks and shit. I've gotten big from a lot of injuries and depression and whatever else is wrong with. He dragged me outside, handed me this 2x4 and said, "While I'm working on stuff, I'm going to be testing things. I'm going to be talking the whole time. And if I stop talking, I'm being electrocuted. I need you to break the contact. You can't touch me, right? You're going to get electrocuted too." Now, I don't know if anybody's ever worked on a car. 12-volt systems don't really do shit to you. You get a little zap and you're like, ow. House power, whole different story. That was my first real lesson in electrical theory. So as he's testing what he was testing, he stopped talking. What do you think I fucking did? Here I am, about 13 years old. I am prepped like Babe Ruth. And I swung for the fucking fences. And I cracked that fucker in the skull. Oh yeah, he went down like a fucking lawn dart. It was hilarious. For a 13-year-old, that was not hilarious. That was scary as shit. He laid there, "Michael." I ran in the house. I grabbed my basketball, yelled at my mom, "Dad's hurt," and ran the fuck off. Now I came back hours later, right? Not having any idea what was gonna happen. Figured I was gonna get the beating of my life. And his head's wrapped up. He's laying there with a concussion. Wants to explain to me a little bit more. That's fine. Now, I look at these things and I realize that he missed an opportunity to truly teach me something. But this is the same person who said, "Hey, we're gonna have a barbecue, come home at this time, bring your friends." He wanted to cook. I said, "Sweet, we're having barbecue, this is awesome. I like to eat." I show up at time. And the house is open. Our dog, Doberman, not this one, is gone. She's somewhere in Jackson Park, running around the neighborhood. Everyone knew who we were and knew our dog. And the barbecue pit is fire. Food's laying everywhere, and nobody's home. So my friend and I put everything away, clean up, put the fire out. A couple hours later, he comes home, wrapped, both arms in gauze. "What the fuck happened to you?" Now, my mom used to say this quite often. And again, if you're Polish and you're offended, I don't care. She's in the background, stupid fucking Pollock. That used to get said during my childhood a lot. Okay? Now again, nothing shocks me anymore. I'm impressed by the levels of stupidity. It helps me get through my day. And I didn't even want to ask him what happened. But somehow he caught both of his arms on fire, lighting the fire pit with the lighter fluid. I don't know how he did it. I never asked him. I couldn't ask him. I was more impressed by the amount of stupidity it took to catch both arms on fire. And again, this guy's in the Navy, so those of you who know, you're damaging government equipment, they get really pissed off when you do that shit. So we fast forward years later, I'm about 15. I'm excited. That summer I go visit family in another state. I'm getting my permit. I'm super excited. I'm going to inherit this car. It's a hoopty, right? But we, as kids, when you first get your license, you get your first car, and you don't care what it is. It could be sitting on a milk crate, you're driving the fuck around, you have independence. So I get a phone call that summer. The car's gone, got stolen. Like, fuck, are you kidding me? It's a tiny, shitty little Toyota Corolla hatchback, like mid-80s. Nothing fancy about this car, right? But here I am completely gutted that my dad's telling me the car got stolen. So we come home from that vacation down in New Mexico, and there's the car. I thought the car was stolen. And what do you think my mom's saying in the background again? Stupid fucking Pollock. Dad, what happened? And I cannot make this shit. This is a true story. And if you doubt me, when my wife and I moved to Illinois to talk about it, as soon as I got off the airplane, he gives me a big hug, and the first thing out of his mouth, if you tell us so, I'll fucking kill you. She proceeds to ask, what are you talking about? So I have to tell her later because I don't want him to kill me at the time. So what had happened was he used to work a lot in the Navy. He worked hours on end, and he used to carpool all the time with another guy. Woke up late one day, drove himself to work. By the way, where he was working at the time is where I work now. So I know exactly where he parked and what he did. And he comes home at the end of the day, rides with his carpool buddy. Gets home, and my mom's all, where's the car? I don't know. I rode with my carpool buddy. And proceeded to report the car stolen. Take all the time to move on with that. Call base cops, they file a big ass report. He's going to work. 5 days later, he's walking around the parking lot and he sees his car taped up with police ribbon. Shit. So he pulls all the tape off, right? Drives it home. Mom's, again, where was the car? And he doesn't want to tell her. But he has to call the base cops to let them know I found my car. They already knew, they had taped it up. So the base cops show up, and they're filing out the rest of the report, and she literally is in the background. And what do you think she's saying? Stupid fucking Pollock. And these two base cops are sitting there going, sir, are you really Polish? And he goes, 100%. That sucks. And they're trying to write his last name down, but his last name was Zerba, and it's only two consonants, that whole fucking thing, right? So it sounded like a bad phone connection when you try to say his last name. It's Mr. Zerba is there. So he has to fill all that report out, and I'm gone, right? Another state, come home, and there's the car. Dad, what happened to the car? Mom in the background, what do you think she's saying? To this day, he has never wanted me to ever say that. My wife's recording this, and we're going to send this to him. I'm going to make that fucker famous. This is why I do not like stupid people. When you do a lot of stupid shit, you should be told you're stupid. And sadly, we live in a society where we actually celebrate these people. I don't understand it, but I think the more if we stood up and told people stop doing dumb shit, we would probably fix a lot of things. And I won't mention Israel, but that's fine. That's my time. Thank you. My name is Mike. Thank you.